Home. The most beautiful place on earth. Where everyone is welcome.
What's up guys, it's Mobile Gamer Pro here with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Forza Horizon 5 running on the Aya Neo. This Microsoft exclusive was just released a few days ago, and it's available as part of your Game Pass subscription right on day one if you're a subscriber of that service. This game is another great example to use for showing off the power and benefit of these new handheld gaming PCs. So as I typically do, I start out with all the settings and resolutions set to their lowest for best performance. I try to avoid the urge to be greedy and remember that most of these more advanced graphics features and settings will not be appreciated on a small 7-inch 800p display anyway. So as you can see here, I have all the settings set to low or off if that's an option. The resolution is set to the Aya Neo native resolution of 1280 by 800, and I start off with a 20-watt TDP just because this is a more demanding game. And as we get into the gameplay here, you can see that we can indeed run this game at a rock-solid 60 frames per second if that's your personal preference. This game is a great example of the expanded settings and preferences that I alluded to in my previous video, and it really scales well to many different device types. The fact that this game was built as a cross-generation title designed to run all the way back to the original Xbox One means that the developers have had to design and build this game and this engine with the option to run on weaker hardware. It's easy to envision the Aya Neo hardware could easily represent the equivalent of a portable, say, Xbox One S, at least in terms of graphics performance. In fact, if you look at Digital Foundry's recent video on this game, where they cover all the different various Xbox hardware options, you can almost see a direct correlation to visuals and settings on the One S version when scaled a little bit further down to adjust for the Aya Neo's screen size. Given the promising results I saw here, I wanted to see how much further we could take things while still maintaining a solid frame rate and good performance. The one area I could notice a need for improvement on was the anti-aliasing. Here, I enabled FXAA and set the frames per second target to cap at 60 frames per second. You can see here that the performance is still very good, while also making the game look noticeably better. So after playing around with lots of different settings variations, here's what I think I came up with that gives me the best overall visual quality and performance. I have it set to 1280 by 800 at a frame rate of 60 frames per second. Resolution scaling I set to ultra quality. In terms of the actual graphic settings, I have basically everything set to low or off, and the game is holding basically 60 frames per second. Now just talking about comparisons for a second, for the past several years, the only truly viable handheld gaming device capable of playing any AAA games at all has been the Nintendo Switch, and we've talked about this in previous videos. With nearly 90 million Switch units sold and around 632 million software title sales, it's clear that the market for portable gaming is definitely strong. I was always really surprised that Microsoft never jumped on this opportunity to produce a handheld Xbox portable of sorts, something that they could use to leverage their expansive library of exclusive IPs and build on the Xbox brand. Now, with the introduction of multiple handheld gaming PCs, it seems that other manufacturers have stepped in to fill the void and kind of did the job for Microsoft. In many ways, the Aya Neo, the GDP Win, and the Steam Deck feel like the Xbox portable we never had. Even the black and green color scheme of my unit is sort of reminiscent of the classic Xbox design. Obviously, the current price for these devices is significantly higher than the Switch, so I definitely can see where people think the comparison might be unfair, but you can see that already changing with Valve's aggressive pricing on the Steam Deck. It should only get more aggressive as more competition enters the market and the global supply chain crisis subsides and component prices return to normal pricing. At the end of the day, though, this is really just all about the experience. All early signs of the types of gaming experiences you can have with these new handhelds are extremely positive. Obviously, pricing is a factor you can't dismiss, but for those who really have a desire to play games on the go, it's hard to argue you can have a better experience and significantly more game options than any other platform currently available. When you combine all the playable games from Steam, Xbox Game Pass, the Xbox Store, as well as other Windows-compatible games from other sources, it's really tough to beat. Playing Horizon 5 on the Aya Neo is a blast. It's definitely something I would have thought to be completely impossible on a device with this form factor just a few years ago. The fact that you have so much flexibility in tuning in the frames per second, performance, battery life, all those different things combined is a real game changer. Combine this with the fact that a game like Horizon 5 will never probably be on the Nintendo Switch due to licensing or performance limitations, and you have a true shift in the types of experiences people should expect from a handheld. This will hopefully push Nintendo to look for more powerful hardware solutions for future devices and continue to push this particular gaming category forward. Even though the base Aya Neo 2021 version has some limitations compared to, say, the Aya Neo Pro or the upcoming Steam Deck, I think that this is really a great device, and I think that this game runs really well on here and kind of showcases the kind of flexibility you can have with this hardware. With all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look at Forza Horizon 5 running on the Aya Neo. I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are on these new devices and if you think it's going to have any kind of significant impact on the portable gaming market at all. Please like this video if you enjoyed the content and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to see more mobile gaming content here in the future, hit that little bell icon so you get notified of all of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep gaming.
Together, we can explore the wonder and beauty of Mexico.